So Vedic astrology deals with Navagraha, the 9 planets, and these 9 planets are very important in understanding ourselves. So the sun, it represents the soul, it represents our identity, it represents our energy, our vitality, our confidence. So when we want to know the sun in our chart, we understand a lot of things, and there's a multi-layered approach to each planet. Moon is the mind. It's how our mind changes. It's not steady. It's always moving. It has different interests, and it also represents the mother. It also represents our search for happiness, and not finding it. Because why? Because we are looking at every day changing, and what makes us happy today is not maybe what makes us happy tomorrow. But that's the nature of the moon. It's always moving, it's always changing, and therefore that reflects our mind. Mars, it's a planet of action. It's what gives us the courage and confidence to do things, to act upon our life. It also gives us the quality to work on a spiritual self, because the confidence and courage required to go through a spiritual journey also Mars provides. And I think the main thing Mars can give is focus, and he also represents logic. So practical, logical thinking is connected to Mars. Mercury is our intellect, our analytical power, questioning why, show me the evidence, why this happens. So in Vedic astrology, Mercury is the child of the moon, and the reason being that intellect is part of the intuitive mind, which is the moon, but it has its own role of inquiring and questioning. It's only once the questioning subsides that we can surrender and be in our higher moon space, what I would call the higher energy. But Mercury also gives us the power to discriminate, and he signifies the speech, so to be able to talk well and to articulate what we feel inside is connected to Mercury. Jupiter is wisdom. Jupiter is, you can be clever and intelligent, but you need wisdom. And Jupiter is also the Guru. Actually, the Sanskrit name for Jupiter is Guru. Guru means wisdom and knowledge, and also the teacher, the divine teacher, as well as the teachers who are teaching us, showing us a path of light to develop our higher self. Also, the Guru gives us information that makes our life easier. He allows us to, shows us the light, he shows us the path so that we don't fall down on it. So it's a very important planet in Dotage. Venus represents relationships. It represents all the beauty and good things in life. And in a deeper level, Venus also has a say in our emotional happiness. If we are looking for beauty in ephemeral things that can change, that can not be there, then we feel dissatisfied, because what we love today may not look like that tomorrow, or may be different tomorrow. So Venus gives us the appreciation of the deeper beauty of life, of enjoying something way beyond just ephemeral, changeable, illusionary things. But he also, for us, is a very important planet because it represents love, relationship, purity. I think the main aspect of Venus is pure love. And bhakti. Bhakti means spiritual aspiration, spiritual devotion. And then we come to Saturn. Saturn is our 7th planet, and Saturn represents our difficulties in life, our tests and exams. According to the mythologies, Saturn was given the role to make us account for our actions of life and make us face up to our responsibilities. So Saturn gives us some very good things. He gives us responsibility, ability to work hard, ability to face pain, also to face up to reality. You know, a lot of us, we tend to live in illusion. We want this is fine. But Saturn says this is the truth, this is how it is. You should work with that. And then there are two very important planets that are studied in Vedic astrology. These are the shadows. We have Rahu, that represents the North Node, and Ketu. These are the two shadow planets that were born to the father of Surya, to the sun god, and they represent our hidden psychology, something that we can't see, our fears, our anxieties, our past life karma. Normally Rahu is about, will I ever achieve it? These are my desires, how will I fulfill them? And in fact, in order to really fulfill them, we have to understand being happy where we are today rather than always worrying about the future. Ketu represents our past life, all the things that are in our psychology, all the actions that we've done to date, whether in this life or previous lifetimes, that can be our psychological baggage, our baggage that we carry within ourselves that creates our personality, but it also stops us from growing. So it's both our power, our book of life, but it can also be our difficulties, our fears, anxieties, but it is the overall picture of our previous lifetime. So Rahu and Ketu are unusual because they are shadows, but they also represent that desire for what is going to happen in the future and what is in the past. So quite often we live in the past or the future, we forget about today. So one of the lessons of Rahu Ketu is to understand and honor today where we live in. So this is a short synopsis of the Navagraha, and they all work together in unison, and as individuals we all have some influence of each one of these planets. And what is in astrology we want to learn is that how these planets are going to affect us, how these planets are going to influence our life, how the mundane life can develop into a more spiritual, highly evolved person. At Sivananda Yoga Ashram we have beginner Jyotish classes for Vedic astrology beginners, and basically it's a good idea to come and do one of those classes. It's a weekend usually that gives you the understanding of what Jyotish is about. Jyotish really looks at the Navagraha, the 9 planets, and how these planets affect our life. They affect our karma, our day-to-day life, their quality. So starting point is obviously always doing the beginner's course, and at the ashram we have a number of courses over the year that you can attend, and then those who are a little bit more advanced, there are advanced courses as well that is showing the path of light through yoga and Jyotish.